Welcome to the Palermo Pamphlet, where you come for news and tips and what you need to know in the Microsoft custom software world. My name is Jeffrey Palermo. Let's get started. And this week, I released the Dave McKinstry episode on the Azure DevOps Podcast. You can go to azuredevops.show in order to check it out. It's pretty excited. Dave had a lot of interesting things to say, and he's on the Azure DevOps Services team at Microsoft. Also, I published a blog post, actually a video blog, of why I created the Azure DevOps Podcast, and you can go over to jeffreypalermo.com to check it out and read the post and watch the video. Martin Woodward, who's, so influential in his leadership, has been tremendous in the advent of DevOps tooling at Microsoft. And he's credited for being the mover and the shaker, one of them, of getting Git support into VSTS way back when. He did a video at the .NET Conf 2018. Just Google for it. It's what is DevOps and Azure DevOps Services overview. You can find that on YouTube. Just search for, and I'll give you the title here, Azure DevOps at .NET Conf 2018. Also, really interesting change in the SQL Server database change management space. ReadyRoll has been embedded into Visual Studio, and it's been rolled into, at Redgate, SQL Change Automation. And everyone who uses SQL Server really should be using this tool either in the small with the ReadyRoll tool set and that capability, or the larger capability. Here's the gist. When you make a change to the application, invariably, you are going to have to make a change to the database schemas. You're going to have to add a column. You're going to need to rename something, maybe even make a column longer. If it's an invarchar, just add a little bit more space to the column. That's going to happen all the time. And if you have more developers on the team, you need an organized way so that that database can continue to morph along with the code and be friendly to branching and merging. So you don't do code freezes and lose productivity. So if you're not using a database migration tool of some sort, then jump on and grab SQL Change Automation. It's really, really affordable. And there's a community edition of the ReadyRoll capabilities. And essentially, you can, in any environment, create a database from scratch from the schema that is stored in source control with your code, and any downstream target environment, you can run the upgrades and you know reliably what is running. Also, if you have an environment where historically people have just remoted into production SQL servers and made tweaks to the database, there is an additional capability to monitor that with every deployment and detect SQL schema drift. So that may be important to some people. So go ahead and check that out. Tonight in Austin, Texas, the 10th of October, I am speaking at the Azure Austin meetup, and I'll be speaking about CI/CD pipeline options when Azure is your data center. And there's a lot of you out there where everything you do is in Azure, or all of the new stuff you do is in Azure, and you're trying to get the legacy applications over to Azure. So I'll be talking about what the viable options are and rules of thumb and 80-20 rule. Tip of the day, Mads Christensen reminds us of an oldie but a goodie, and that is to enable tracking active item in Solution Explorer. This is when you open a file or you search for something and it pops open a file, but the Solution Explorer on the side is not synchronized. And so you have no idea what namespace, what folder that file is in. And if you check this box, then the Solution Explorer will automatically jump and expand the folder tree so that you know exactly where that file is. And that's it for today on the Palermo Pamphlet. Thanks for tuning in.